Via TV, True FM.
Via TV, True FM.
On Via TV,
into Truth FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Walker if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll keep a better like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen Der Capuchin. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about life by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. At this juncture, we now join Hansen Decker for the news bulletin. Good evening, Hansen.
Good evening, Johnson. Good evening to all. President Joseph has proclamation declared Saturday, August 4, 2024 National Flag Day and is to be observed as national holiday throughout the Republic. According to a foreign ministry release, the proclamation calls on citizens and foreign residents within the Liberian borders to give prominence to the observance of the day by displaying the national flag from each dwelling and public building. Foreign ministry release noted that all government offices, public and business houses are to remain closed on this historic day. The release stated that the proclamation is in consonance with an act approved on October 25, 1915 by the National Legislature of the Republic, declaring the 24th date of August each year as National Flag Day to be observed as public holiday. The date is commemorated annually by all citizens of the Republic in testimony of their allegiance and loyalty to the national anthem, which is an embodiment of the nation's existence as a sovereign entity, and to encourage national pride and patriotism. The national flag was designed and produced by a committee of ladies led by Mistress Susanna Lewis, who were talented and visionary citizens of the Republic at that time. According to the proclamation, the making of the national flag of the Republic was a historic event of great significance for Liberia as Africa's pre-settler and the struggle for self-determination and inspiration to future African states. The proclamation also recounted that the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia is a visible evidence of the country's sovereignty and independence, as well as a symbol of pride and dignity within the Community of Nations. The Chaplain General of the Liberian Senate, Reverend Margaret Hodder, is dead. Reverend Hodder reportedly died following a period of protracted illness. Prior to his death, Reverend Hodder served the Senate for 27 years as Chaplain General. Reverend Hodder also contested as representative candidate in Electoral District Number 5 during the 2017 general and presidential elections. The Director of Emergency Pandemic and Response Unit at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Daniel Duzveld, has declared Liberia monkeypox free. Making that declaration Friday, he said there is no confirmed case of monkeypox currently in the country. According to the director, the 5 confirmed monkeypox cases in Liberia previously have recovered, noting that the affected individuals have been reunited with their families. Speaking Friday as one of the panelists during the official launch of the implementation of community engagement and pandemic preparedness and response project in Liberia, he said the country is at the preparatory phase on ground that the country do not have any confirmed case of the monkeypox disease. He noted that until during this preparatory phase has brought on board all stakeholders aimed at developing a strategic plan as well as an incident action plan. Also serving as one of the panelists, the Director for Health Promotion, Chester Smith, disclosed that several meetings are ongoing with relevant stakeholders looking at areas of support. Smith stated that the Ministry of Health is currently working with key partners, including Internews, in terms of public awareness, and UNICEF to work with over 85 radio stations across the country. The Community Engagement in Pandemic Preparedness and Response project runs from July 1, 2024 to October 31st, 2025, and is sponsored by the Global Fund implemented by Youth Network for Positive Change, UNEPO. A prospective graduate of the MEU Graduate School, Sylvester R.C. Botted, has launched a passionate plea for financial assistance to help him complete his program. Botted, a classroom teacher and graduating senior in the program of international relations, said he needs about $1,500 to sit the comprehensive examinations scheduled for this Friday, August 30, 2024. The exam, he said, will qualify him for the graduation. He lamented that finance is the obstacle for his advanced academic achievement, something he described as a serious setback for this year's graduation that is expected to take place this November 2024. Sylvester Botted is therefore calling on kind-hearted Liberians, District 11 Representative Richard Kuhn, and officials of government to assist him achieve his academic dream. The former Chief Justice of Liberia, Francis Koport, has refuted Front Page Africa Thursday, August 2024 reports. The paper, according to RCA judicial correspondent, reported that retired Chief Justice Francis Koport and legal advisor Bushben Keita, through the Ministry of Justice, acted upon the advice of President Boakat, requested a search warrant to search the home of former President George Weah. Justice Koport, in a statement, said the story is far from the truth and categorically stated that he is not a member of President Boakat's legal team. He further stated that he was never asked to be part, neither associating or collaborating with the Ministry of Justice and the President advisor as claimed by the President. Bobo noted that he made no request to any court or in association with others for a search warrant, as was falsely reported by the paper. Though Joseph Koport stressed that he was reappointed by President Boakat on April 22, 2024 as Board of Directors of Asia Mitad as government representative, he accepted and hoped that it was not a mistake. Justice Koport said the author of the story said the Justice Ministry did not respond to his queries, but he wondered why he was contacted to get his side of the story. The World Bank has suspended Liberia's right to make withdrawals after the country defaulted on payment of arrears as of August 15, 2025. The move by the World Bank means that Liberia would not be able to make withdrawals on an effective and not fully withdrawn credits, project preparation facility advance, institutional development fund grants, and all loans, grants, and trust funds. The bank's decision was confirmed by Marcus Sall, the External Affairs Officer at World Bank Liberia's office, following an inquiry by Local Voices, a fact-check institution in Liberia. Sall told Local Voices that as of August 15, 2024, Liberia had defaulted in excess of 60 days on its payment obligations to the World Bank. He said, in accordance with the bank's general conditions and standard conditions as applicable to the financing agreement providing for the respective loan or grant, the bank suspended Liberia's right to make withdrawals on an effective and not fully withdrawn credits, purchase preparation facility advances, institutional development funds grant, and all loans, grants, and trust funds. The Public Procurement and Concession Commission has ended a week-long training on the implementation of the e-procurement system in Monrovia. The system aims at promoting transparency across government entities. Speaking Friday at the end of the training, PPCC Executive Director Butler Johnson said the training is part of the government fight against corruption in procurement processes at public institutions and promote transparency and accountability. According to him, the procurement department of any entity plays a critical role in the operations of such entity, thus stressing integrity as for the sector. While he has lauded the World Bank, the African Development Bank, Ministry of Finance, and other partners for the critical role in financing the training. Speaking earlier, World Bank senior public sector specialist Gladys Sindiri said the training highlighted a hands-on approach and practical scenarios to enhance facilitate effective use of the EG procurement system. For their part, the participants expressed joy to the PPCC and its partners for organizing what they called a Knowledge Pact Forum, thus committing to utilize the knowledge gained in adapting their respective institutions to the system. Several young people benefiting from the ongoing government digital training have called for the extension of the training in Grand County. Currently, several young people across Liberia are benefiting from the digital skill training program that was promised by President Joseph Boaga as a priority of his government. According to the Grand County correspondent, the call from the youth is triggered about what they call insufficient days set for the program to officially complete the training. Our correspondent further said that similar call has from the trainers of the program, stating that the extension will help the youth acquire the requisite digital knowledge. And away from Liberia, Bernard Abbott, a former Eritrean finance minister and fierce critic of the country's president, has died in prison, his family say. The 79-year-old was Eritrea's longest-serving minister of finance, but he was removed from his role in 2012 following clashes with President Ash Afarik. 6 years later, he was jailed after releasing a book where he described the president as a dictator who needed to resign. Well, Johnson, that's the news bulletin. The foreign development is back to you.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True events.
On Ria TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Boaga if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we will keep your later Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary at 12. My name is Hansen the represent. Welcome to News and Analysis, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
Here on News Desk, if you're just joining us in one of our top developments here on the program, big blow to the Liberian Senate as the Chaplain General of that legislative body, Reverend Michael Holo, is reported dead. Let's break you our first development here on the program. The Director of Emergency Pandemic and Response Unit at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Nathaniel Duell, has declared Liberia monkeypox free. Making the declaration Friday, Duell said there is no confirmed case of monkeypox currently in the country. According to the director, the 5 confirmed monkeypox cases in Liberia previously have recovered, noting that the affected individuals have been reunited with their families. Speaking Friday as one of the panelists during the official launch of the implementation of community engagement and pandemic preparedness and response Copper C project in Liberia, Dr. Duell said the country is at the preparatory stage or phase on ground that the country do not have any confirmed case of monkeypox. He noted that MPhil during this preparatory stage have brought on board all stakeholders aimed at developing a strategic plan as well as an incident action plan. He is Nathaniel Duell. He is the Director of Emergency, Pandemic and Response Unit at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, there speaking. Also serving as one of the panelists, the Director for Health Promotion, Chester Smith, disclosed that several meetings are ongoing with relevant stakeholders looking at areas of support. Smith noted that the Ministry of Health is currently working with key partners, including Internews, aims to promote or aims of public awareness, and UNICEF to work with over 85 radio stations across the country. He is the Director for Health Promotion at the Ministry of Health. He's Chester Smith there speaking as one of the panelists during the launch of the Community Engagement Epidemic Preparedness and Response, that's the COPOC project. The COPOC project aims or runs from July 1, 2024 to October 31st, 2025, and is being sponsored by the Global Fund implemented by Youth Network for Positive Change, UNEPO. The project objectives are to enhance community and institutional capacity for HTM coordination and preparedness and response, supporting meaningful community engagement and governance implementation of oversight, including national level, multi-stakeholder pandemic preparedness and response processes and mechanisms, and enhance coordination and network, among others. A prospective graduate of the AMEU Graduate School, Sylvester R.C. Body, has launched a passionate plea for financial assistance to help him complete his program. Body, a classroom teacher and graduating senior in the program of international relations, said he needs about 1,500 United States dollars to sit the comprehensive examination slated for this Friday, August 30, 2024. The exam, said, will qualify him for the graduation. He is a prospective graduate of the AMEU Graduate School, Sylvester Isaac Botti, there speaking to RCI News on Friday. The Public Procurement and Concession Commission has ended a week-long training on the implementation of the e-procurement system in Monrovia. The system aims to promote transparency across government entities. Speaking Friday at the end of the training, PPCC Executive Director Bochi Johnson said the training is part of the government fight against corruption in procurement processes at public institutions and promote transparency and credibility. He is the executive director of the Public Procurement and Section Commission. His board, Johnson, there speaking, where he has meanwhile lauded the World Bank, African Development Bank, Ministry of Finance, and other partners for their critical role in financing the training. Speaking earlier, World Bank senior public sector specialist Gladly Senia said the training highlighted the hand-on approach and critical scenarios to enhance, facilitate effective use of the EG procurement system.
The key objective of the training was to focus on the successful delivery of knowledge and skills related to the EGP system. My understanding is that there were over 50 participants per day that were trained, drawn from the PPCC, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of State, and the Ministry of Public Works. The training took on hands-on approach and used practical scenarios to enhance the training method. So far, there's been positive feedback from the participants in the training. As we look ahead, the EGP system is an important part in modernizing procurement in Liberia. The key users who have been trained will be really essential in driving this successful implementation and the adoption of the system. The participants are encouraged to continue practicing and exploring the system's functionality. My understanding is that the EGP system will be going from in September, and we encourage them to and in the follow-up process that will be coming up, other entities will also be trained to ensure widespread use of the system. We all that look forward to the successful implementation of the system and its positive impact on public procurement in Nigeria. I'd also like to acknowledge the European Union and CEDA as they are co-financiers of the public financial management reforms and institutional strengthening project.
She is the World Bank Senior Public Sector Specialist, Gladys Senaya. They're speaking on behalf of the World Bank. For their part, the participants expressed joy to the PPCC and its partners for organizing what they called a Knowledge Park Forum, thus commending to utilize the knowledge gained in adapting their respective institutions to the system.
Benefiting from this unique knowledge. It is our prayer and hope that we leave from here will actualize and practice what we have been taught today. We want to ensure ourselves that the use of the knowledge to bring transparency, effectiveness to public procurement in Nigeria. On behalf of the Office of the President, one person of the facilitation to those who spearhead the government's quest to see corruption eradicated in society is one reason why this program works. And I'm sure this will be the corruption that we found. But also just thank you for your participation, and we hope the program will not long because there were other programs such as the inmates, some boy,
There are some participants of the PPCC training that ended with long training for participants in Monrovia. Earlier on, the heard the voices of PPCC Executive Director Borgie Johnson and World Bank Senior Public Sector Specialist Gladys. They spoke at the end of the training. If you are just joining us, please be informed that you are in tune to News Desk, 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. In our top developments, big blow to the Liberian Senate as the chaplain general of that legislative body, Reverend Michael Holo, is reported dead. Despite the outbreak of monkeypox in Liberia, National Public Health Institute declares Liberia monkeypox free, says those affected persons have recovered. In the quest for higher educational advancement, a prospective graduate of the AMEU Graduate School, Sylvester Isaac Barte, seeks financial assistance, and away from Liberia, Braham Abrian, a former trained finance minister and fierce critics of the country president, has died in prison. His family said at this structure when I joined Naomi Tapia was bring us the passion of life sports. Good evening, Naomi.
championship in their respective zones. The match is the biggest international club friendly since the start of the recent first season for Liberian basketball under the Infant Summer leadership. Mighty Barrow will take on the Monday. The best of 5 series final expected to commence shortly. Their being has encouraged basketball enthusiasts to play the HCB basketball team teams with the winners push the most about exciting fixtures, beginning with the international club battle between Mighty Barrows and Sullivan Sound Fossils. Leicester used to Sunny Crystal Palace Sport very early on €5 million. The Fortis want to break even and its two offensive players in I-22 is poised to move to the keeper's ceiling of 3 ransom to €8 million. Leicester struggled for attacking options in Monday's 1-1 Premier League draw with Tottenham, with Jamie Vardy's captain and scoring the equalizer despite both Cooper ruling out through injury just 3 days before. Cooper, who takes Leicester to Fulham on Saturday, has made no secret of his desire to add more power options to his squad and offers crucial Premier League experience. He has made 12 appearances for Palace, scoring 23 goals since initially joining on Swansea in 2018. He was a second-half substitute in Palace to the one defeat at Stamford on Sunday. He previously played for Aston Villa, joining them in 2015. He moved into Swansea 2 years later. I will join Oliver Twist as a new signing at a key Palace stadium with the midfielder wrapping for Tottenham for €20 million on Monday. Manchester City have completed the signing of former captain Iker Gundogan from Barcelona on an initial 1-year deal with the option of a further 12 months. The German midfielder who was spent Adidas quite time at the club in 2016 spent 7 years at City before joining Barcelona for free transfer in 2023. The 33-year-old won 14 trophies in his first spell at Etihad, scoring 60 goals in 3 appearances. This one has been an impressive debut campaign in Spain. Barcelona decided to part with Gundogan after struggling to register new signing than more due to the club's financial issues. Gundogan was one of the club's highest earners in his departure on a free transfer had Barca comply with the La Liga spending restrictions. Gundogan added he had been looking forward to helping his teammates in new campaign, where he was grateful to have spent 12 months at Barca. And finally, Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham has sustained a calf injury in training just over 2 weeks before England began their Nations League campaign. The 21-year was able to finish the club section on Friday. BBC Sport has contracted Real to establish how long Bellingham is likely to be out for. Reports in Spain suggest he will be unavailable until mid-September, which will move him out of Lee Presley's opening 2 fixtures as England interim manager. England faced the Republic of Ireland on 7 September and Finland on 10 September in the Nations League. In a statement, USA Bellingham had a medical test on Friday on the problem with his right calf. His problem will be monitored. Presley was announced as interim manager earlier this month following Barrett's update resignation after June 2024. Bellingham scored 23 goals in 42 appearances during his debut season at the Bernabeu last term, as Madrid won in La Liga and Champions League double. That's my finance business.
Naomi Tapia and the news in sports is a regular feature here on the News Desk program. In more development, the Lutheran Church, through its Trauma Healing and Reconciliation Department, has made several donations worth over $2,000 to citizens of Grand Bassa County. The donation, among other things, include 2 bags of caustic soda, or 20 bags of charcoal to a group of 77 disabled people. The Udin Church also donated several brain making items to the visually impaired people in the county. According to our Grand Bassa County correspondent, Sarah uniforms, buckets, spoons, among others, were presented through the authority of the Grand Bassa prison compound. Alexander Musa is our Grand Bassa County correspondent. He has more on these developments.
They are faced with disability, and so they complain to the trauma healing reconciliation department. Church ID, they all be begging all the time, so they need empowerment. Based on that, they requested that they wanted to make soap, and they also wanted to sell charcoal to the people in Britain. So it was from that backdrop that they need 2 bags of caustic soda, oil, and other soap making material or turn over to them, along with 20 bags of charcoal, and we give them the military to school. And the second group is the Christian Association with Blind, visually impaired people. And they also said they used to be making baking bread before, but then at this point in time, they will not continue because of lack of money. So the flour, oil, the baking soda, other things to make bread. And also requested for 20 bags of charcoal, and that also presented to them. And lastly, the third group is the prison compound. As you know, I've been dating to Syria as a prison, all kind of prison compound. So based on assessment that was carried out by the government in the reconciliation program, the church headed by Reverend Philip Bushi, the prison authority complained that the uniform, the prison compound was not sufficient, and may have been so the uniform wearing yesterday who provided the uniform, provided dozens of buckets, dozens of plates, spoons, cups, and provide some material for them like cola, for detergent. So these are things that were presented to the 3 different groups yesterday by the trauma healing reconciliation. For the good association, the Christian Association of the Blind, they were like jubilating, they're very happy.
He is RC Grand Bassa County correspondent Alexander Musa with that development concerning the Lutheran Church through its trauma healing and reconciliation department. They're donating several items to Grand Bassa County citizens. From Grand Bassa County, we'll go to Grand Cape County, where several young people benefiting from ongoing government digital training have called for extension of the training in Grand Cape County. Currently, several young people across Liberia are benefiting from the digital training program that was promised by President Yusuf Barker as priority of his government. According to our Grand Cape County correspondent, the call from the youth is triggered by what they called insufficient days set for the program to fully complete the training.
City Pacific that they use resource center where we have 60 young people in around sport benefiting from the Liberia Boat Center program. The program was in the team was the Kenya around sport, and young people, some who applied online. Even some people who did not apply due to they are equal in learning the computer skill. They did they went to the center. As I said to you, we have 60 young persons who are undergoing the digital training at the Round Resource Center. Class in the morning and in the evening, just to get to the numbers. And so they are spring time. The participants have said that they are due to the government of Liberia to extend the program because they have built a lot of interest in the program. And according to them, with the number of days, 10 days, would not be sufficient to complete their skills in basic computer skill. So they are appealing to the government to extend the time in order to get an opportunity to learn more about computer because they are getting affected for the short time. They are still in class and they are getting developed. I spoke with some of the facilitators when they say yes, when they came, they encourage young people to take advantage of opportunity. So to check on the center with the numbers, they can see taking the consideration feedback that they are getting from the system.
He is Jenkins Mabadi. He is RC Grand Cape County correspondent with that development taking us home on today's edition of the program News Desk. But as we take leave of you, a recap of our major developments. A big blow to the Liberian Senate as the chaplain general of that legislative body, Michael Holo, is reported dead. Despite the outbreak of the mpox virus in Liberia, National Public Health Institute of Liberia declares Liberia monkeypox free, says those affected persons have recovered. In his quest for higher educational advancement, a prospective graduate of the AMEU Graduate School, Sylvester Aseboti, said that seeks financial assistance, and away from Liberia, Brahand Abri, a former adjourned finance minister and fierce critic of the country's president, has died in prison, his family said. We'd love to say many thanks to our readers, contributors, correspondents, and affiliate radio station for relaying this broadcast. Hence, in the guy brought for us the news bulletin. Naomi Tapia Fato in the sports. Kopo Sanga Sarah controlled and produced our sounds, while Maya Torban was behind the camera. Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited are our two sponsors on the News Desk program. My name is Johnson Bantoma. I presented
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll keep your better Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News Summary at 12. My name is Hansen the Represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Both connecting with this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.